Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am building another tiny house. This tiny home is built on a 20 by 15 lot in Willow Creek. It is on the Crick Cabana lot. This is obviously one of my favorite lots to build on. I love Willow Creek as a whole, like the aesthetic and everything, but I also love tiny lots, so it's perfect. But yeah, this build, it only includes a couple of packs. I just went with base game, of course, and laundry day and the country kitchen kit. So very few items are honestly used from those sets. It's not like, everywhere, so if you just have the base game, you could probably download this and actually use it and just replace a couple of the things. But yeah, it was nice just limiting myself to a couple of packs and kind of trying to come up with something with those packs, because lately I've just been so needing cottage living. I have not seen any of the content. Let me tell you how difficult that has been to prevent myself from watching any new content that fellow creators are creating, because I just want to wait until the pack actually comes out. And that's hard, y'all. That's hard. It's so hard waiting for something you want so badly. So I thought I would at least kind of, scratch that itch, if you will, and build a tiny cottage. And yeah, I really loved this house. It was really fun because I've been struggling to come up with something to build lately, and I just was like, you know what, just build something. You don't have to overthink it. Just make something cute. It'll come to you as you work on it. And it did. I really enjoyed it. It was an experience figuring it out, because I did have to make it a little bit bigger here and there and all that stuff. It is considered a tiny house with the tiny house residential lot that came with the tiny living stuff pack, but I don't believe you obviously don't need tiny living to download this home, only to have it be categorized as a micro home, because it is only 32 tiles exactly. I made sure to take advantage of every tile I possibly could, because I did have that little front porch thing there and then the back porch, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll use that up. But as I was building, I was like, I'm wasting space. So because you actually don't need a room or flooring placed down for steps to work into a door like that. If that makes sense, you can literally just have the stairs there and the Sims will use it just fine. So it's a good way to save space. You can't really place items on it and use them the same way, but if it's something like this house, for example, where it's just got that little 2-tile entrance there, you don't need anything there. You just need the steps. So yeah, I don't know, just a little tip I would recommend if you are building, tiny homes and you want to really take advantage of every tile you possibly can. That's something you need to try. But yeah, this house, it is really only for one sim. It's pretty small because it is a micro house. It was actually kind of a challenge because I didn't really plan for it to be a micro house, but once I was so close to it being a micro home, I was like, I need to make it micro, because I feel like when it comes to tiny homes, for me, I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm like, oh wait, it's 33 tiles. I need to make it 32, so it's a micro house. Or if I'm building a tier 2 and I'm like, oh, I'm at 40 tiles, I need to make sure I hit 64, because I'd be wasting it if not, because you basically get the perks regardless. If you have 33 tiles on your house, or if you have 64, you're gonna be having the same perks. So you might as well take advantage of every little bit of space that you possibly can. So that's just how I work, I guess, in my brain. I really wanted to use the country kitchen kit today in this build, and I love this kit so much. It's super charming. It makes me very excited for cottage living when I see it. I don't know if it's gonna necessarily keep me from using country kitchen kit. Maybe, I don't know. I need to actually see them next to each other to see if there's a difference. But let me know in the comments what you think about the content that you have seen from cottage living. I don't want to spoil myself, because I want to actually have like a blind eye to it, if you will, so that whenever I load it up, I have that fresh experience. I don't know, I'm just like that when it comes to The Sims. It keeps me from getting bored, but at the same time, I'm the type of person that when I consume a lot of media, I begin to hyperfixate on it, and I become obsessed. So if I like watch a lot of Pokemon YouTube videos, I get obsessed with Pokemon, and it's the same way with The Sims. If I'm watching a bunch of The Sims, I want to play The Sims. So maybe I should be watching Cottage Living so that it hypes me up even more. I'm not really sure. Let me know if you're like that. I'm one of those people. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I loved the vibes of this house. It was kind of a challenge fitting a bed and everything. And I don't know why, but I just went with the weirdest floor plan and layout that it was imaginable. And the fact that I had like a back door, a front door, and then a door to the bathroom, it was like, it was taking up all the space because I'm like, well, The Sims, I've got to navigate this. So I think I eventually make the house just a touch bigger, like towards the back. I gave, the living room a bit more space there just because it made better sense and it looks so much better now. I had to play around with like the layout a lot, but I had the style and like the furniture I already wanted to use in there, but I just wanted to figure out what was the best layout, and this worked perfectly. So yeah, I wanted to add like an accent chair, but I was like, there's only one Sim gonna live here. What's the point? So, and I do eventually move the dining table into the kitchen. I find a way to, lay out everything so that it actually works a little bit better there too. So, but yeah, it's a cute little house, and I'm really happy with it. I kept it with. I don't know what I'm saying. I haven't done voiceovers in so long. Like, I genuinely don't know what I'm doing right now, I guess. But yeah, I generally, wow, I can't speak. Went with like dark woods and just like creamy tones, some browns, and a bit of orange, a bit of green, a lot of green actually. I love the color green, so it's definitely makes itself present in a lot of my builds. So but yeah, and this house also has a cozy little backyard as well, just a little patio space where there's a like planter box, a couple planter boxes, like a grill, just there's not a whole lot of activities, to be perfectly honest. I feel like if I was to do this build again, I would actually want to include the Seasons expansion pack, because it has a lot of like gardening stuff, like the florist table, the bee boxes, stuff like that. I think those items would fit so perfectly in this build, but I obviously just wanted to limit myself, and I didn't want to use like I didn't want to use an expansion pack and only have used like one item from it. So I was like, well, to be fair, I'll just keep it with this. And then if you do have Seasons, you can add those items in. And yeah, but if you don't, then you don't really need it. But yeah, I added a little desk in this corner here. This desk is actually a dining table that I just use as a desk, because dining tables you can use as desks. Same with countertops, like the island counters. For some reason, you can use those too. You can put computers on them and they work, which I think is pretty cool. So I did that. And I also had a laptop on that table, the dining table anyway. And I guess I forgot that I left it on there. So they have two computers, but there's only one person living in this house. It's fine. It's fine. You can just sell it, or have it in your Sims inventory and they can just use it whenever they need. But here's the little patio out the back door there. I added some stepping stones to as a little path there, and the actual like the patio itself, those floor tiles, those are from the country kitchen kit. That is so hard to remember. Like, come on. Like, I keep on wanting to say country living or cottage living or something like that. It's the country kitchen kit. That is so much alliteration. It is kind of a tongue twister. So yeah, but anyways, I do want to try some more builds like this where I use limited packs, but also it'd be kind of cool to use limited like custom content packs also. So like a cottage garden, build would be really fun too. If you don't know what that set is, there is a set of custom content that is called the Cottage Garden Stuff Pack, and it's by the Plum Bob Tea Society. They no longer create new content, but they still have all their content on their page. It was actually a collective of a bunch of CC creators that I do believe most of them are still creating CC, but the Plum Bob Tea Society was just like a project they did, I believe. Cottage Garden. I'm confusing myself. There's so much going on. But the Cottage Garden stuff pack is really beautiful and amazing if you're interested in CC. But anyways, I hope you all like this build. It is up on the gallery under the username lukeydean and the hashtag Lukey. And yeah, that is everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.